Alright, today we're at the ADA lab in Tokyo, Japan, Tokyo Station Daimaru, and lots of displays here, 2 main aquariums, and then the rest will be smaller paludariums and terrariums we'll take a closer look at. But let's take a overview of this place, because this is one of the bigger ADA labs. And unfortunately, it's going to be moved again, because this is a pop-up shop. It's going to be moved in the same area, but they're going to be moving upstairs. I think on the 8th story. And maybe in the future we'll do a tour of that one as well. I'm trying to do a tour of all the ADA labs that I can go to. But this place is one of the ones that I really enjoy, because this ADA lab has a lot of plants, a lot of hardscape materials for sale compared to the other labs that I've been to. You can see like down there as well, there's a lot of hardscape materials. But let's start off with, since there are people taking a look at the tanks right now, we'll take a look at that in a moment. But let's start off over here in the corner where you've got some tissue culture plants, 2 refrigerators of aquatic plants, very nice. And then here, these are some terrestrial plants. You've got some nice types, look at that, very unique looking. Now moving on over here, I think this is a variegated monstera. Wow, so they have a bit of everything here. You've got the kumu, the small hardscape materials, and then on this rack here you've got a few tanks with some different plants for sale, suited for terrariums and paludariums. Like here you can see the 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝗀𝘀, very nice looking. And then here, these are some really nice cork bark. I might have to get a few of these. You've got 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝗀𝘀, and then next to that you've got the 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝘀𝘀 mist. This is kind of like a fertilizing spray, and also a bit of like a pesticide. If you spray that, it will deter like small little flies and bugs away from your 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝘀𝘀. So there's some nice varieties here. And then up here you've also got 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝘀𝘀𝘀, but these are some huge laganandras. Let's take a look at this. Look at that, incredible. So up in the front you've got laganandras, and then in the back are some echinodorus and cryptocoryns. I wonder what crypt that is. If that's something I'm into, I might have to get it. But there are a few other nice cryptocoryns here in some other tanks. This is also a 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝘀𝘀 in a small little tank. I think it's the echinodorus type, some kind of sword plant. And it's using the 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝘀𝘀𝘀 hanger to hang it up in place. So you've got this thing, and it just hooks onto the tank. And then you've also got different lengths. So some longer ones, some short ones. Now over here, you've got some, what do you call this? Like terrestrial moss. And they sell it in these little cups. And then you can see like what type of moss is which cup. So you can get the type you're looking for. And they only sell this in the ADA lab. Like they don't have these available in other fish stores. It's only sold at the lab, so if you want this, you gotta come here. Or you get it from some other shop. Over here you've got some of the Takashi Amano books, and then some indoor jungle books. And then here, I'm not sure what books these are, but it looks like indoor plants, bromeliads. Very nice. And then you've got the jungle plants. This is also ADA item. Some nice echinodorus. And then over here I think you've got begonias and microsorums. Maybe some anubias. Laganandra. Begonia. You could really spend a lot of time here just looking at all these stuff. This is the mini NA. The full set is this, and then you can buy it in parts as well. But look at that. There is a mini NA on display. We'll take a look at it in a moment. Here you've got some more books. These are the IAPLC contest books. They still have a 2016 and 2015 edition if anyone's looking for that. Here are two very nice terrariums. That one is kind of a paludarium. It's got some water in it, but I love that. That's one of my favorite layouts here. This one is very nice too. You can see very dark green plants. Got this one with beautiful spots. And I really like the brown substrate. Very nice. And then this is my favorite paludarium here. Look at that. The plant in here is just incredible. This is also a type of begonia. It's called Begonia microsperma. And it gets huge. And the flower is really nice too, really cute yellow flowers. Then you've got some Anubias jade in there, as well as Anubias Kirin mini. But very nice setup. Oh, I think there's another small type of begonia, and it's got yellow flowers too, so it's kind of like matching. I think they purposely did that. Let's close this up. Now if you take a look here, here is the same plant. That right there is Begonia microsperma for sale, and you can see how small it is and how big it gets. Alright, let's go and take a look at the two aquascapes before more people get here. So you can see we're in Daimaru. This is the Daimaru building on the first floor. But here, starting at a 60p, very nice setup. I love all the different colors of the fish. There's cardinal tetras, amber tetras. I can't really tell what this tetra is. Coffee tetra? I'm not sure. I'm just guessing. But very nice scape. I like all the colors of the plants as well. Pinnatifida, you've got the red rotala, some Ludwigia it looks like. And the tanks are just so well maintained. Like there's no algae on the glass. I'm sure they maintain it regularly. But it's just so clean. The water level is always up to the top. They've got the forest bottle running CO2 on this tank. And then the ADA Aquasky RGB 2, the newer version. It's app controlled, so you can use your phone to control the brightness. Now moving on here, this looks like 120p 4-foot aquarium. Very nice. Lots of microsorums in here. Seems to be like a 𝗲𝘂𝘀𝘀𝘀 tank. A few different kinds of 𝗲𝘂𝘀𝘀 in here. Some large ones, some small ones. Also got 𝗲𝘂𝘀𝘀𝘀𝘀. Lots of moss as well. And then 𝗲𝘾𝘾𝘀𝑑𝑠. And then this is very unique here. I've never seen this before. But does anyone know what kind of plant that is? Got them growing up here too. Really nice. Like everything, it's so well balanced. Like everything is so sharp. The driftwood, the microsorghum is sharp, and then you've just got this to kind of soften everything up. Just these round leaf plants kind of give it a soft texture. And gravel in the foreground. And then you've got the ADA twist counter as the bubble counter here. It looks like there's a denison barb, the roseline shark, also known as the redline torpedo barb. But yeah, very nice. Which tank do you like more? The 4-footer or the 2-footer? For colors, I like the 2-footer. I like how it's a bit more vibrant. But this is also very nice. Oh look, we didn't see this. Got the 5-banded barb. Okay, so let's move on. Oh yeah, lighting this tank is the solar RGB, 2 of them. And then you've got the 𝗂𝘂𝘀𝘀𝘀. This is a surface skimmer. Alright, let's move on. You can see some large plants up here on display, and most likely on sale as well. Over here you've got orchids, a bunch of small little orchids. Last time when I was at the Harajuku ADA lab, I made a, I kind of took part in a workshop where I created a little small tank with one of these orchids, minimalist style. So it looks a little bit boring, but I really enjoy it. And it's flowered quite a lot. Here you can see some begonias, some are even flowering. This is really unique. Like, look at the spots on that. And then you've also got begonias with these like serrated leaves. And then down below you've got some anubias. I think that is Anubia snowflake. Then you've got Kirin mini that we saw just now, golden anubias, some bucephalandras, areocaulons, and then some cryptocoryns here. These are like the very low growing cryptocoryns. They don't really like grow upwards, but they grow sideways, which is quite unique. Then down below you've got more driftwood. Over on this side, these are some 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝘀𝘀𝘀. I think that's how you say it. But various types of 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝘀𝘀𝘀. This one looks quite unique. I'm quite interested in this one right here. It's kind of a different looking 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝘀𝘀𝘀. And then I'm not sure what these things are, but they look kind of unique. They look like those caudex plants. And then over here you've got some carnivorous plants. More driftwood down at the bottom. Oh yeah, and you've also got these, the 𝗶𝗶𝗀𝘀𝘀𝘀, a few different types, and they're all over the place. Like if you look over there, those are also 𝗶𝗶𝗀𝘀𝘀𝘀. Now these are jewel orchids. I've never kept them, but I think they're not too hard to care for. Jewel orchids are very nice and unique. They have so many different types of patterns, so many different kinds and colors. It's very interesting. Alright, now let's move on. Let's take a look at some of the displays. Just look at that. That is so... it's just so eye-catching. The green with the yellow flowers. Very nice. Alright, let's start off over here since there's no one here. But you've got the 𝗲𝘾𝗀𝘀𝘀𝘀, or the 𝗲𝘀𝘀𝘀𝘀, sorry. But these are just featuring some plants, and you can see they use those kumu rocks, the smaller hardscape materials, to kind of do a small layout. Some of them are a bit foggy, so it's hard to see. Apologize. This is quite cute. It's like a tree, a mini tree. I'm not sure what this thing is. Then you've got the Dua Terra base. And 𝗲𝘾𝗀𝗀𝘀𝘀, or Dua, well, 𝗲𝘶𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 and Dua are the same thing, but they just came out with a new item a few months ago. And it's called the stream pipe, or the flow pipe, I can't remember. But it brings water into the Terra base so that you don't have to keep refilling it, because if you don't have this, then the water will slowly absorb out, and over time, over a few days, you'd have to pour water back inside. So with the pump doing it for you, it kind of makes life a bit easier. But then it's something more to maintain, so yeah, if you don't want like algae to grow in it, you've got to keep up with maintenance. These are very nice. These are Dua Shizuku pots, and they're very nicely escaped. Very nice. Alright, let's move on to this one over here. So let's start up here. These are some rice fish. A very mini rice fish pond. A rice fish tank. Look at that. 2 rice fish, medaka. And you've got the stream pump mini. This is also a recently added item. Recently released by Dua. Or no, 𝗲𝘾𝗀𝗀𝘀𝘀, I think that's 𝗲𝘾𝗀𝗀𝗀𝘀. It's kind of confusing now. They have so many products each. 𝗲𝘾𝗀𝗀𝗀𝘀 and Dua. They're the same brand. And then you can see this is a 𝗯𝘂𝗀𝗀𝘀𝗀𝘀 just placed in here on top of the gravel. And then a small sword plant sticking out. Then you've got the Dua Neo Glass Air. 2 different sizes. This is another size of the Neo Glass Air. Very nice setup. 𝗲𝘾𝗀𝗀𝗀𝘀 really has some of the best displays. They take care of their displays really well. Down here, this is one that I like, is cryptocoryns. Got Spiralis Tiger in the middle, and then it looks like, I'm not sure what the ones up front are. Either like Lucens or Parva. But I think Parva might be in the back. This Parva stay really small. Yeah. Over here, I'm not sure what these plants are, but they look quite nice. Some begonias. These are the floating type with a cork. piece of cork. Alright, shall we move on further ahead? So this is where you can do a workshop. So 5 seats, 5 people can do a workshop at one time. Right here is another little setup. And then this is the Mini NA. And the Mini NA is suited for shrimp. ADA recommends that this should only be a shrimp tank and shouldn't be keeping any fish. But this one here has an auto-sinkless. I guess like an auto-sinkless in here should be okay. There are no other fish, but just shrimp. This is a cool looking setup. 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝗀𝗀𝘀. This here is the tool showcase. So if you're looking for a specific tool, you can come here and check out which tool it is that you're looking to purchase. Got some t-shirts. Over here, these items here you can only purchase at the ADA lab. They're like limited edition. Well, they're not gonna like go out of production, they're not gonna get discontinued, but you can only purchase them at the ADA lab outlets. So you've got the spray bottle, you've got the little stands, the light stand, as well as the base. This one too. This one is Dua, so you can purchase them at stores that sell ADA and Dua products. Then these ones here are also ADA lab only. So you've got the soil scoop. You can use this as a soil scoop, or you can use it as like a pencil holder, whichever way works. Got the pin sets. This is ADA lab pin sets. It's got the curved tip. Very nice. And then you've got these tiny little scissors, which I guess is good for when working in those tiny little setups like what he's doing over there. Over here are some of the glassware, some lily pipes. Got the twist counter. This is the thing that spirals. It's a bubble counter. So you've got the normal bubble counter and the twist counter. The 𝗶𝗶𝗀𝗀𝘀 ruby, which is a glass check valve. And then you've got CO2 diffusers over here, all the different sizes and shapes that you can select from. And then here are some of the aquariums. Well, aquariums up top. But then these are the really like expensive aquariums. They're called the superior glass aquariums, and they're only made using one piece of glass. I've explained it in previous videos before, but with a normal glass aquarium, you've got a few different sides, right? So you've got like one glass here, one piece in the back, and then another piece on the side, and then the bottom piece. So you've got like 5 pieces of glass. But with this, not including the cover, the lid, it's just one piece of glass. So there's no silicone seams. There's no silicone, which is pretty unique, and it means that it'll last a lifetime unless you break it, unless you somehow like drop it or whack something into it. It can last you a lifetime because you don't need to worry about the silicone degrading and going bad over time. And also the clarity is like, you can see the color of the glass is really clear, whereas this one is kind of bluish. But even this is the super clear type. If you go another lower grade than this, then it becomes greenish, which, yeah, is less transparency. And then here you've got some tools, as well as Dua products. And then some soils and sand, gravel down below. And this is another cool product. This is a tool, kind of a tool stand. So you put the scissors on its side. The handle part goes in this, and you can kind of line it up. Kind of unique.